if you want to break with these imperialist forces, it's simple. We denounce the agreements. Everything starts from there. I think the example of Chad in any case is tangible. They started by denouncing the agreements. Otherwise, if we don't denounce the agreements, just saying that the bases leave, we haven't done anything. Because the problem lies in the colonial agreements, the defenses that have been signed since independence. The most dangerous is not the one you see in the bases. The most dangerous are the military advisors.
What are these agreements these people are talking about that has kept Africa this way Africa is? What Ibrăhim Traore said in this particular video, I will play the full video. Just calm down and watch this video. And as you are doing that, try to subscribe to this channel and make sure you turn on your notification button. Also drop your comments so that anytime I drop video, you will be the one to see the video. What agreements? Why must that agreement be in favor of one people and against one people? And why is it that our leaders don't want to look into this agreement? Who are these advisors that have been advising our people? If you listen to this thing, that's why I say, make sure you watch this video. There's something this man revealed in this particular video, that the advice they are giving them, the military people are giving it on Africa, all Africa, is not always for our own good. What agreement? Listen, some constitution we are using in almost all the African countries today, some of the constitution we are using are not for our own good. Yes, those constitutions are not for our own good. Those constitutions are not for our own good. Some of these bodies they are creating, say they are creating it to build Africa, like ECOWAS. All those things are not for our own good. It's also for them. They are the one controlling those bodies. They are the one controlling those bodies based on the agreement they have. And that agreement is what some of our leaders don't want to look into. And this man is here talking about it. If you are really the lover of Africa, you really like what is going on, you start with Captain Ibrăhim Traore on what he's doing. Make sure you watch the video to the end. And here, and make sure you subscribe to my channel and follow my page on Facebook. And do the needful by dropping your comments. I remain my humble self, the Eggman. Peace and love. Don't play.
Military advisors exist in all these countries. They existed in Burkina as well until the end of 2022, until we took responsibility. And who are these military advisors? They are the ones who are supposed to implement France's policy. Here, they must work to make our armies very weak so that France can always have the argument to exist here. Under their influence, they had succeeded. Our sentinels were therefore standing guard with sticks. That's what France wants from our armies. When we reach this stage, we have no choice but to want them to come and settle. But the Burkinabe army managed to get rid of the military advisors. Unfortunately, I think that in 2019, after Operation Otapono, where the French saw that the Burkinabe army still had the capacity to respond to terrorists, they called the chiefs of staff in France. They instructed him to reintegrate the military advisors throughout the structure. Well, they did not agree. But upon returning to the country, the politicians instructed him to accept the military advisors. And that's when the military advisors returned to the Burkinabe army in 2019. With all the consequences we know, the army was on the verge of disappearing in the years 2020-2021. And indeed, this is the time when many soldiers had to desert because there was no longer any hope. We were in the process of collapsing. That's a bit how they work at the General Staff headquarters. In all army headquarters, in the schools, they are the ones who are supposed to dictate the policy of our army. They are the ones who tell us when to recruit, how to recruit, and what to do with them. They are in the schools to tell us how to train them, and so on. As long as these military advisors are there, you are not independent. Your army will just have the appearance of an army that is there to perform parades, a circus. But we'll realize that a parade is one thing. You have to break the agreements. It's the only way to have an independent army and build strength. But many people do not understand this, perhaps. And even with these agreements, France selects from our states officer cadets to go and train them It's through these same agreements. But in reality, these officers who go to train, for the most part for France, they come to serve the French state in their country. They do not come to serve our countries. They train them so that they come to serve the interests of the French state. I can provide evidence of this. When we revolted, many officers in Burkina who were trained in France were immediately contacted to tell them that it was time to take action because you were trained for this, to serve France's interests. Most of these officers reported back to us. We took note and we continued to monitor. When an officer trained in France returns to his country and either by accident or on the battlefield. In France, there is a night of tribute to the fallen in the army, as there is everywhere else. During the night of tribute to the fallen, the name of the officer in question is mentioned, and it is said, they do not train him to serve his country, they train him to serve their state. And in many African states, there are plenty of such officers.